I was traveling in the bus, I saw someone seated in the bus, and next to her, no one was sitting. Bus was crowded, but no one dared to go and sit next to her. And I began to wonder, standing, what is the reason that no one is sitting next to her? So I went, saw the seat. I thought probably the seat is not okay. Something has gone wrong with the seat. When I went into the seat, it was quite okay. So I took the seat there next to her. And then everybody, I could see that the people who were standing and sitting in the bus, their eyebrows were up. And I knew there is some surprise. Then I began to see, am I sitting in a wrong place or why people have such a reaction? Then I began to talk to this person who is sitting next to me. She said that I'm a transgender. She told me I'm a kinner and I'm coming home for a feast. In fact, it was the same Eid recently they celebrated. So, and she explained to me that I work in Tesco, all these issues, and then how she came out of the house and how she went there. You know, that was a point of reflection for me. I began to reflect, I began to see, I began to say to myself, what am I doing? I'm a big social worker, but am I doing anything for this neglected group of the society? They are living on margins, they are living on the peripheries of the society. What can I do for them? That was my next reflection. The following Sunday, I thought that I would go and visit their place. So I didn't know where they are staying, how I can meet them, but I have seen them in trains and the bus stops. So I don't know whether they will accept me to their community, whether they will talk to me. I have no idea. But then as little experience that I had in the bus, I thought to myself that they might talk to me. So I went in search of them. I went to the railway station, stood there for an hour. I couldn't find anyone. Then I asked one of the vendors, where can I meet them? They come to the railway station. They come to the trains when the train comes. So where can I meet them? Then they told me, see, you go to the last platform. You will meet them there. Udhar mein milega. So I went to the last platform, waited again for half an hour and more, and no trains came. No hijras were there. And then I disappointed, I returned. While I was returning, I saw a person outside the railway station, Guwahati railway station. It was another vendor. I asked the vendor, can you tell me where I can meet the Kinners? He also told me the last platform. I said, no, I was there. But tell me, where do they reside? So they told me Lalmiti. Now I have no idea where is Lalmiti. So again, I went back home, but I was determined that I should visit. And then after 1 or 2 Sundays, I couldn't go for the following Sunday. We had some meetings. Then again, I went in search of them. I asked the autos to take me to this particular place. So they took me to Gandhi Basti. Then Gandhi Basti, I got out, and then I began to inquire from people. So they showed me where this, which is this Lal Miti and all this. I waited there. So the people there again told they are not here at home. They will come back about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock for their lunch. So again, I waited there for an hour and more, and I saw somebody coming from far away. From I could see the railway station from this particular slum, and I saw the person coming, and I was so happy. At least somebody is coming, and I can inquire, I can talk to them, and I was really excited to meet. So when she came closer, unexpected, she was very friendly, which I thought that they may be very angry, or I do not know whether they will meet us, whether they will talk. I had a lot of appreciations within me. But then she was so happy. She took me to her room. She began to narrate all her stories, like how she came out, etc. She was very open. And so that's my first encounter with the transgender community. And the incident in the bus inspired me to work for this particular group. Many of them are not wanted in their own family. So siblings, own parents, and their own siblings are rejecting them. Rejection from the society, from their own village, first of all. If they are at home, nobody will come to get married to their brothers and sisters. They are a curse in the family. So the villagers begin to tease them. and so they have to leave the village, they have to leave the family. So 2 rejections there came. Then when they come even to the towns and cities for their livelihood, how do the town people, city people, metropolitan city people, educated people look at them? Again rejection, aversion, fear, feeling of dirtiness. So with all these things, I said that I am putting rejection as a in big caption. The main thing is the rejection what they are experiencing. And not only rejection, they are also teased, and they are also taken for, they are also used for so many other criminal activities because they will be paid. So many of them are also used for many criminal activities. So this I came to know my interaction with the police department, because I told them that I work for this community. Then they said, sister, if you can motivate them, I will be happy. They are caught for this and they are caught for that and caught for this. And I do not want to, I have a real love for the transgender community. So I don't want to accept it. I tell you, heart of heart, I was very unhappy to accept the fact, the reality, but I know it's a reality. Then I said, there are so many people who are pretending to be the transgender, and they are the ones who are doing it in the name of transgender. It's a kind of excuse, and it's a kind of, what do you say, I take it for granted. If I am in this community, I can do all these things. So probably such a people are involved, but the people with whom I am working, they are well motivated. They will not get involved in such things. So they become victims of many things which they do not want to do. But at the same time, they need to get some livelihood. So then I also asked them once, while I talk to them, I asked them, why do you flash? In the sense, you lift your clothes and while you talk to them or to collect money. Actually, according to their 10 commandments, okay, one of the commandments is that they should not lift their clothes. But they do not follow those things they do. So then the particular person was telling, sister, it is easy for you to speak to us not to do that, but we are being challenged when we go for collection in the shop or anywhere. Then they say, you are not a transgender, you are simply pretending, you are a thief, you are that, and you are this. We are labeled and named. And as a result, we have to prove ourselves we belong to a transgender community. So they have to see our private parts. And that is the reason when they fight with us, we show, and we got used to such a culture, which is, of course, vulgar, we call it, which of course it is not acceptable in a society. So you should understand us. Why do we do this? Not because we want to do it, but we are forced to do it. Crisis. Especially the tea garden, the hotspot areas are the tea gardens. Not only tea gardens, if you look at, we turn our attention to Chirang district, Buxar district. All these are the hotspots of human trafficking. And the day before yesterday, I had a news. 45 children, youth, women are taken from Silchar. And one man with the 2 children, one boy and a girl, because the wife died of COVID. And that man is being trafficked with the children. And he was killed a week ago. Threw him to the jungle in Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir, and we have no idea where the children are. So we are, after that, we are making a lot of inquiries, and we have given FIR in Silchar with my network. So we are searching. We have already caught the trafficker of the place. He is behind the bar. The inquiries are going on with him. So he should be able to tell us who are the others from Delhi. They have even taken the video because the neighbors felt that these 2 guys who have come from Delhi are not okay. So they have taken the video. They sent it to me, even the video of the traffickers. So we are trying to locate them, where they have taken all these people. Now, 45 people whom we know the number. I know that many are not being reported. This is one case. If you read yesterday's and today's Assam Tribune, you will see that Lakhimpur is another hotspot. Simply people are selling now because of the lockdown. The pandemic has created a lot of economic loss in people, and the poor and the middle class are really suffering, but not the richest. And so they are selling their children, and there are a lot of takers. There's a high demand, and also there is a high supply. The demand, the closest state is Arunachal. If you go to Arunachal, you have, and you have read very well, 42 children were rescued from Sikkim, from Chirang. Not only 42, yesterday again other group of children are being rescued. So we have the Indians, Northeast is a hot spot in human trafficking. 366, 367, 370, all these speak of the on human trafficking. And the punishment, the penalty is, it is all non-bailable, okay? But the penalties are like 3 years plus they have also the penalty to be paid. And if the person has again and again taken, then 10 years, 7 years, and 14 years. This is a way, it's according to the severity of the action. They have the loss, and this is the penalty given to the traffickers. Okay, people, those who are got into the streets, okay, in the name of this, see what they're looking for, because society has not engaged them with any work, any job. They don't accept them. They don't want them. And what is their livelihood? Family reject them, village reject them, largest society reject them. Where do they have a place? They have to find their living. They also have to, some of them have to also, they also feel for their family in the end. They also feel like supporting their family. What is their means? So they have to use some means of earning. So now whether they are trafficking, they may not be knowing they are doing it bad. Some of them. It's not everybody is involved. Probably again, less than a percentage of people may be involved. We are not very sure, okay? But I have heard some of them saying, oh, so and so is doing that, and so is doing. I have heard also such stories earlier. So from that, I come to a certain understanding that there may be a very minor percentage of people doing it this for their livelihood, okay? But they may not be doing, they are doing something very illegal because they have no knowledge. They think this is a way of getting some money, okay? Maybe for different purposes they are doing it and speak. At that moment, you can say India is a developed country. Similarly, I would say that in India, if we have education, we say India is an educated country. Only the very moment every Indian can embrace our transgender community by and large. Now, not only about Kinnar I am speaking, I speak about the LGBT community. If we can embrace them with the love, affection, and compassion, I tell you, then we can say our India is an educated country. I sit with them and I eat with them. I discuss with them. You know, it's a very exciting moments for me. And I would say it's a not only exciting, it's a graceful moment for me. Every time, not only with the Kinners, okay, but when I say that the entire LGBTQ community, I always feel unworthy within me, okay, to talk to them. I always feel they are children of God. God has loved them much better. And then I have failed to recognize them. So when I say, when you ask me, beautiful moment, all my experience with them, especially with the Kinna community, okay, I feel it's graceful moment. And my message to everybody is to understand them. But you know, even Milin may be exemption from this what I am going to speak, but there are even, okay, some of the trans women who have spoke to me saying that we are terribly afraid of hijras. Okay, we're terribly afraid of Kinners. How do they live? How they are living? You know, so I would say that even among our LGBTQ, okay, everyone does not look at the Kinner group specifically, okay, with the same eye that we look. Okay, few of us are convinced, okay, we have to embrace them. It is easy to embrace because none of us will know who is a lesbian, who is a gay, who is a trans man, who is a trans woman. Many of us may not know. but we look at them, in the first look, we look at them as, I say again, within the brackets, I say normal. Okay. But this particular community always we look at as abnormal, and therefore even within our in the larger community LGBTQ, there are people who do not feel comfortable with them. My request would be that all of us who are here, I'm sure all those who are in this group, definitely all of us are feeling comfortable with them when they come to us. I wish that we should give this message to everyone, that we should look at them as human beings, as our own brothers and sisters who are struggling through life. This is my message to everyone.
Sister, thanks once
Yes.
again for this. It was
Thank you,
great
Sangeeta.
discussion. Thank you to the
Thank
participants
you.
and the viewers in Facebook for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you.